whenever somebody's trying to scam you, it's always a shock. I don't care how much you think you can be prepared. It just happens unexpectedly, and our minds, there's been this, what happens to your mind when you get in a shock situation, it kind of flies around and you don't know what to think.
Ray and his wife were recently victims of a scammer.
Something happened on the computer and it says there's a problem with your computer and you need to call Microsoft, and here's the number to call if you'll find out what the problem is. Well, the problem, as we started talking to them, was that somebody had used her credit card to buy a spend a five-figure amount of money for child pornography in China.
They wanted tens of thousands of dollars to resolve the issue.
We felt like there was this urgency, had to be done now, and there was this fear that if we didn't get it done, there's going to be this record that we were buying child for pornography, and that might be trouble for us. Well, it'd definitely be trouble. And so we just weren't thinking clearly.
They went to the bank and took out the money.
Now, all the way along, from all of my past experiences and training, there were little red flags, and some maybe not so little. The voice of the people was not quite good English. There was noise in the background, and I've heard these boiler rooms before, and the flag was waving, but it sounded like we were talking to somebody from Microsoft. And when we got there, they said, now they're going to ask you all sorts of questions in the bank about why you wanted to withdraw this much money all at once. And you need to come up with a story as to why you need this money. Well, wow, this is a lot of money. And we sat there in the car for a few minutes, and what can we say that would convince the bank? I mean, I know this sounds terrible, but it actually happened to us. We're both intelligent people, experienced in all sorts of stuff, but we were so focused on taking care of what thought we were supposed to do. And we came up with a story that we wanted this money to start the purchase of a very expensive car, and we would be able to get the car cheaper if we had a big cash down payment for it. Teller at the window said, this is an awful lot of money to draw out at one time. There's a lot of scams happen like this. And we said, well, I'm sure we know about that, know that happens. And let me see if the manager can come and verify this. So the manager came and asked us the stories and and when I agreed to that this was the story, it just was the flag that was more than I could bear. I'm a pastor, and the idea of me telling a lie, which was what it was turning out to be, I just couldn't do it. But anyway, we did get the money, and we had envelopes, each with $10,000 in it. And we got in the car, and the person was still on the phone and said, now I want you to go to the nearest ATM and go ahead and put your money back in and open a new account. We'll give you some numbers to tell you go through and how to do it. Well, the flag was waving so hard that I said to her, I don't like this. So we went and parked in a parking lot close by.
After giving it much thought, they drove to the sheriff's office substation.
And we waited, and the deputy came and said, About 10 seconds, he says, "Oh, sure, this is a scam." And we were so embarrassed. But thankful we never ended up losing a dime. We had a few sleepless nights of embarrassment over what we almost did. Well, these people have no conscience. It doesn't bother them. They would do anything illegal, unethical, MO. They are trained in this sort of thing. They wouldn't be doing what they're doing if they aren't making a lot of money.
Ray wanted to share their story to hopefully prevent others from falling victim.
Be vigilant. We live in a world you can't trust anybody. We've told a number of people about what happened, and the people that I worry about are the individuals who say, that could never happen to me.
As you can see, this can happen to anybody. If you think you're too smart, you're falling right into the scammer's hands. As this victim shows, that's what's so important about our phone safety rules. Never give out information to anybody that contacts you. If you need to verify it, please call us. We're willing to help you. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office is always willing to go above and beyond to make sure that you are safe.